Alrighty, everybody, thanks for taking notes along with the video. Let's rehash here in the bell work what the video said. So if I have a point XY, what is that image after the rotation of 180 degrees? So my rule says start with the point. Here's XY. We're going to start with this point, and then I'm going to map it onto what does the point become? Well, it becomes negative X, negative Y. What that means is change the sign on X. So we're going to change the signs on X and Y. That's what that rule is telling me. All right, so let's start with that point and do 90 degrees counterclockwise. Well, 90 degrees counterclockwise is the same as 270 degrees clockwise. So that rule says start with any point and map it onto negative y, x. That means write y first, change its sign, write x second. So y first, change the sign. Write x second. All right, let's do a 90 degrees clockwise rotation, 90 degrees clockwise. That could be the same as 270 degrees counterclockwise, because clockwise and counterclockwise tell me which way to go. So we're going to start at any point. XY just means start at any point. And the rule says if we're going 90 degrees clockwise, XY becomes Y negative X. So we want to write Y first. We're going to write X second, change its sign. That's what that means. All right, so let's apply this. Let's see what we can do here in our assignment. So what we're going to do with this assignment is we're going to find the coordinates of an image. What does my pre-image become after the rotation? I start with a point. I'm going to return it. Where does it end up? So let's graph and find the coordinates of the vertices for each figure below. Let's do a rotation of 180 degrees about the origin. So 180 degrees about the origin. That says start at any point. And we're going to change the sign on X, change the sign on Y. Now, I find the easiest way is to just apply the rule. So I'm going to say T. T right here is at the point from the origin. Count from the origin. There's my origin. Count 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left. 1 down. So there's T. T is at negative 4, negative 1. Well, T prime is keep X first, change its sign. Put Y second, because we have X, we have Y. Y is second, change its sign. Alrighty, here's U. U is at the point. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left. 1, 2, 3 up. 4 left, 3 up. Let's map that onto U prime. The rule says X still goes first. X is first. Change its sign. Keep right Y second. Make it negative, which means change the sign. So V, going to do the same thing with V. V is 1 to the right, 1, 2 up. Here's my X, here's my Y. That's going to become V prime. Change the sign on X, change the sign on Y. That's my rule. That's what this means. X is still first, Y is still second, but they're both negative, which just means change the sign. W is right here. From the origin, 1, 2 to the left, 1, 2 down. Negative, negative. So W prime says X is first, change its sign. Y is second, change its sign. And then you're just going to type those answers into student view without spaces. You have to have the parentheses and the comma though. All right, let's do a 90 degrees clockwise rotation. 90 degrees clockwise says start at your point. Start at any point. Write Y first, write X second, change its sign. That's the rule. Okay, let's figure out where this point is. Starting at the origin. Let's find where U is. The pre-image for U is 1 to the right, 1, 2, 3 down. 1 right, 3 down. Let's map that onto U prime. Okay, the rule says write the Y value second. So X, Y, write the Y value second, or first, write the Y value first. Y is second, write it first. Then write X, change its sign. X was first, I wrote it second, changed its sign. Let's do V. So the pre-image of V, V is at 1, 2, 3 to the right, 1, 2 up. Let's find where V prime is. So the rule is write the Y value, XY, write Y first, write X second, change its sign. And our last point is W. W is 1 to the right, 1 up. Map that onto W prime. The rule says Y is first. So here's Y. Write X second. X is second, but you got to change the sign. Boom. There's my 90 degree rotation. And what that's going to look like if we graph it, why don't we graph it? U prime is 3 to the left, 1, 2, 3, 1 down. Here is U prime. V prime is 1, 2 to the right, 1, 2, 3 down. Here is V prime, and W prime is 1 to the right, 1 down. So here is my pre-image. I should have done that on number 1, and I just didn't. I should have, though. Sometimes it's hard. There is my my image. Pre-image is in black, image is in blue. Boom. How about this one? Alrighty, let's try this one. Graph and find the coordinates for the given transformation. Let's do a 90 degrees counterclockwise rotation. 90 degrees counterclockwise. That says start at any point XY. 90 degrees counterclockwise. Then says we're going to write the Y value first, X value second. Y value, but you got to change its sign. So let's start with Q. Here's my pre-image Q. Starting from the origin, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right, 1 down. 5 right, 1 down. There's Q. Now let's map that onto Q prime. Let's find out where Q prime is. The rule says write Y first. Because we've got X, Y. Write my Y value first, change its sign. Write the X value second. Do not change its sign because it stays X. Let's do R. R is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right, 1, 2, 3, 4 up, 5 right, 4 up. To map that onto R prime, write the Y value first. Start with negative Y. That means change the sign. Write the X value second. Boom. And lastly, let's do S. 1, 2, 3 right, 2 up. Map that onto S prime. Write the Y value first, change its sign, write the X value second, leave the sign alone. And then if we wanted to graph those, 1 to the right, 5 up. So here's Q prime. R prime is 4 left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. Here's R prime. S is 2 to the left, 1, 2, 3 up. There is S prime. and then connect the dots to make my triangle, and here is my image. Pre-image in black, image in blue. I find applying the rules for rotation is the easiest thing to do. Know the rules, write the rules down, come back to them. Alrighty, I would like you to complete 4 through 10, please. And then we're going to have to, when we do the next group, we're going to say what the rule, do it with just our points. Come back to that in the next video. All right? So go ahead, answer 4 through 10, and then play the next video to finish up the assignment.